Hi, my name is Jesse, the founder and builder of Continue to Give. I'm so excited that you have decided to put our great tools to use for your cause. Whether you just started using our tools or have been with us for a while, this short setup video will really help you get started so that you can be successful. To keep it short, this video will help you get set up quickly. And we have other training videos that will go deeper into each piece of functionality for you. So I encourage you to watch them all.
All right, one of the first things I want to show you is how your website can look. You're probably excited to get your online giving set up on your website. So here's Favor International, an organization that we're happy to work with, doing great things. And you'll see this nice pulsing button right here, really draws attention to it. And boom, it just opens up the giving form so easily for your donors to be able to give. So you're going to be able to do that. Love the way they did that. Also, another thing, as I scroll down, you're going to see a pop-up come here, and this is actually for their subscribe. One of the great things is you're going to be able to put subscribe forms on your website as well, and all that can be done through the system. So now I'm going to jump on over to Continue to Give, and we're just going to go over a couple of these things. We're going to start out with some house cleaning items, make sure you know your way around the system, and then also get you from point A to point B, get your giving set up, and then your donor management as well, so that you can be sending emails and texting people and everything else like that. So the very first thing I want to point out is our help section. If you ever need help, great thing to do is just click on help. If you don't find it in one of our videos or our support portal with a lot of questions and answers, then come on over and create a ticket. Our ticketing system is great because your request does not get lost. I encourage you just to put a good subject and a good description in there, and our team will work with you until that is resolved. And especially if there's some back and forth, like a text or an email, it's much easier to get lost, or a phone call. This will make sure that your problem really does get resolved in the fastest possible way. Also, I'd love to point out for churches, this is a great video if you are a church to show to your congregation right here. It just explains the program and how they can go give. So really good there. Then the next thing I want to point out is up here on your dashboard, you're going to see that you're logged in as your organization. And that really allows you then to switch to you as a person. And you can see what you've given to as a person, and then you can go back to the organization. So there's really two different profiles. Now, one of the main reasons I want to point that out is because if we go to promote your cause, and maybe you're setting this up for the first time and you want to share your link, the first time you see your share link, you might be slightly confused. You're going to come here, you're going to have it set up. You love how you've got it set up, and you just want to do a test donation, and it's going to tell you you cannot. That is because you, as the organization, cannot donate. And this is really important because sometimes if somebody calls you and says, "Can you help me donate?" the first temptation is to, of course, just donate here, which would cause a lot of problems. So you're not able to do that. You can, however, switch to you as a person and donate. But as I said, if somebody calls you, one of your donors, and needs your help, again, do not donate as your organization and do not donate as yourself. Instead, come over here and go to our lovely virtual terminal. And this virtual terminal is great because you're going to be able to search through all your contacts, edit their recurring giving, or you can just make a transaction on someone who's not already one of your donors. So on their behalf, you're able to do that. Make sure you put their email address in there. And that is some house cleaning information. And so we'll go back over here to manage our account. And voila, so here we are on our dashboard. All right, from your dashboard, you're going to be able to do a lot of great things here. We make it quick and easy for you. And before we jump into promoting your cause, I just want to go over some settings really quick that are going to be imperative. For example, a lot of you may have multiple users that are going to be using the system. So that's where you're going to set up the user management. The great thing is you can just add new admins. And if you want people to receive donation emails that are not admins and not able to log in, they can just go ahead. You can list their emails here as well. Then you'll have a list of your admins and you can decide if they want to get emails. So that'll be very helpful. Then back over here, of course, if you want to change your password, you do that here. And you can change your image or maybe put a profile picture. And then of course there is the fundraising setting. What I want to point out about the fundraising settings is that this is an overall for the entire organization, these settings. So for example, if your organization works with missionaries, we have some commenting abilities. When people donate, they can normally comment or choose if they're going to display their name or not. And different organizations love it and different organizations don't. In general, we find that if you're a nonprofit, it's great to let people publicly comment on your comment board so other people can see how people are donating. And if you're a church, usually you turn that off. So you can go ahead and do all that stuff here. Another great one that a lot of people like to do sometimes is to force the donor to select a designation when they donate, so it doesn't just pre-fill to your organization. So if you want them to select a particular fund, you can do that as well. Also got a lot of different great form configurations here that you'll be able to do depending on how much you want to ask the donor and require. And then here's a great one. Just want to show you where this is. Obviously, there's no way of getting out of credit card transaction fees. And here is how you're going to be able to get 100% of your donation by asking the donor to cover the fee. So go ahead and turn that on. And then the donor, when they donate, they'll be prompted to cover the donation transaction fee. You're definitely going to love that. And then coming in here, this is going to be a great place for you just to be able to set up your message here. So when that instant receipt goes out to your donor, which they get as soon as they donate, you get to put your own custom message on there, which is really nice. And then after your custom message is going to be the donation details for their records. So those are some of the overall settings which you're going to want to use in the system. Now the next thing that you're going to want to do is set up all your different purposes. Purposes are great so that people can donate to whatever they want to, whether it's your organization or, for example, here a church building fund. So you can set those up here, and then as you can see, people will be able to designate and even add multiple donations, which is really nice because that way they don't have to do multiple transactions. They can just add it there all in one donation, which is really nice. And then once you're in here, this is where you're going to be able to edit each designation, whether it's your organization or a different purpose, directly. So here's where you're going to be able to edit your donation page, whether you're going to do the normal donation page or the suggested donation amounts. So lots of great settings in here. You can customize that header. You can even make it a purchase form if you want, which is nice because sometimes if you're selling something, it's not a donation. You want those receipts to act as a purchase instead. And then this is saying if you need more settings, that's back to that fundraising overall settings that I showed you before. So great stuff in here. Also, you'll be able to kind of edit your fundraising page. Every designation has a fundraising page. So if you want to share on social media and you want people to read about you, see your pictures, you'll be able to do all that here. Give it a friendly URL, decide if you want the thermometer on it or not. So these are just some great things that you'll be able to set right at each purpose level, which is nice. And then of course you can view those pages here and see what they look like to the public. For example, your fundraising page is kind of like a GoFundMe page, which is really nice. And this is what your donation form looks like. Right now I've got it set up for our awesome suggested donations. So you're going to love that. All right. Now that you know how to set up your purposes, you're going to want to be able to promote them. And this is where you come in. This is where you get your share links. Now notice I clicked on the organization. So this is going to be for my organization. had I clicked on this, then these would lead directly to those purposes. Although when you get started out, usually you're going to start here. You're probably going to want to customize that header color to match your website. And then you're going to want to view the instructions and get that over to your website guy so that he can get that on your website. And that's really simple and easy. Step one, copy this link and send it to your website guy so that he can come through here. He can choose which one you want. He can get the code and he can put that code on your website, and it just works like magic. Then if you're going to be emailing people, you've got your share links out here, and you can even customize this, which is great. So if you wanted it to be pre-filled with a $30 donation, this link would update and it'd be $30, which is really cool. And then get your text to give and QR code set up in here, which is really nice. Again, this QR code can be customized. So get these text to give links and the QR code set up, whether you're at church or you're doing snail mails or you have business cards, get them on there so that people can give right in the moment. That'll make it quick and easy. And if you are an organization or a church that has repeat one-time givers, you're going to love the Givers app. And then if you're doing an event or again a church, that giving kiosk is really nice to have where people are walking by. They can just walk up and swipe their card. So that is where you're going to find it right there. Now that you've done some of your settings, you've got your giving button set up on your website, you know how to share your links and everything, then the next thing really becomes into reporting. So here's, of course, where you're going to find your transactions, and you're going to be able to see all the donations that you received, which is nice, and get a receipt here. And keep in mind, all your donors will also be able to log into the system and see all the donations they've ever made. And they'll also have some reporting so they could get year-end giving statements or individual receipts if they want them again, if they lost them from their email. Another great thing that you're going to love is the batch reports. So when you come in here for the batch reports, this is going to show you exactly what money went into your bank with each batch. That way, if 5 donations were made today, probably tomorrow they will go into your bank account as one lump sum. So the batch report helps you get all that put together. And then once you have that is a good time. Like if you are using our fund accounting system, I just want to point out that it makes batch reporting really easy because of course it's all in one system. So keep that in mind. All right, now you're all set up. You can do your reporting. What's next? The next really important thing is, of course, going to be getting in and doing your mass email and prints because you're going to be emailing people. Really easy in here. You can go in, you can start a new communication. You're going to be able to choose the drag and drop, for example. And here we've got a great newsletter template. You just start filling it in. Or if you're a church or a nonprofit and you want to let people know that you've switched, we've got great templates already in here for you, so you can use this template. Or you could even go in and when you're doing your contributions, we've got those templates all set out for you. So that's going to be really easy to be going in, emailing people, texting people, whatever you need to do, but really important to keep your donors up to date. Now again, this is our first introduction, high level. We do have more videos that go into detail on all this stuff. So just showing you here, there's a lot of functionality going on in this system. So the side menu is kind of your go-to. You can kind of see what it does, of course, if you have events or you want to make forms like that form I showed you for people to sign up for your newsletter, you'll be able to do that. And then this is our great accounting system that's going to link to your bank account. It's going to be awesome because it just links to your bank account, credit cards. You're going to be able to pull your information in just like QuickBooks and assign it all so that you're going to be able to get your different reports. For example, your accounting reports, like your balance sheets, your income statements, and everything else that you need. So this can actually replace your QuickBooks, which is really nice. And then one thing I do want to point out is that in this system, this is our full management system, which is separate from our giving portal. So our giving portal is made to make giving really easy. This is more your back office where you can do so much more stuff. And because you can do so many things in here, we have got a great users and roles. So you're going to be able to come in here, set up different roles. We already have a few roles pre-made for you, which you're going to like because these are all set up, like your organization owner, your contacts can log in, and your non-financial users. It might be sending out emails, etc., but they shouldn't be seeing what people are giving. So that's going to be great for you. And you can also make your own and add your users to them. So a lot of great user management and roles going on here, especially for larger organizations that have multiple people working on the system. And then, of course, there's your settings and your help over here as well. So that is a quick overview of the system. So that'll get you going. And of course, we have more videos, as we said before. So those videos will be more in depth than this one. But this is just to get you going for those people that want to get going, get their giving up on their website, and start running the reports that they need. Well, that's it for today. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's setup course. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to customerservice@continuetogive.com. I'd also encourage you to join our support group on Facebook at Continue to Give Active Users. And don't forget to follow us on social media. Thank you so much, and God bless.